Hi, Anita here with WeCookiers.com. Today I'm going to go over 10 different methods of doing the palettes for your cookies, your paint your own cookies. There's about 7 of them that are pretty well known, and I've been doing some brain searching the last 2 weeks to see if I couldn't come up with some other methods. And so I did, and we're going to test those out. But this is pretty involved video, and I'm going to be testing all of these methods side by side, so you will see which method might work best for you, and maybe the cheapest. And so keep in mind too that really all the paint your own is nothing more than watercolors. So we are diluting these colors, so they're going to be lighter than, these bold colors that you see. But we're going to go ahead and get into that, and hopefully you'll glean a lot of good information from it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start with Skittles. These are reject cookies, so for some, my icing wasn't the right consistency, so don't look at that. But the purpose of showing this to you is with the Skittles, after 2 days, I don't know if you can see that, but they are starting to fade pretty good into the cookie. We've been through some high humidity where I live in the last couple of days, last week really, so that's probably the issue with that. And two, it could be the royal icing recipe, not mine, but because mine doesn't fade. But I wanted to show you that. So I know that it looks better like this, probably flatter into the cookie when you put it on wet, than like this where it sets up high. But that probably is a way to prevent the fading for various reasons. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the painting, the easy part. And I'm going to go ahead and test out and see how it works. color-wise. Okay. Go ahead and do orange. And right away I see that it's not going to, of course they're very light, but it's not going to cover a lot of cookies, you know, by one candy, for instance. It's really not too bad, I just don't think the coverage for a lot of cookies is going to work. I've actually never used the Skittles and M&Ms myself, but we'll see. Kind of a pea green on that one, it looks like. And yellow. Of course, the lighter colors you're going to find are not going to show up a whole lot, like yellow especially. But okay, that's going to be the Skittles. The M&Ms also, it's a couple of days old. I did these at the same time as Skittles. And you see a little bit of fading, but not as much as the Skittles. And these are actually, probably pretty passable if it wasn't for the brown. That one really faded. So I did the same thing and put them on their own cookie, you know, with the royal icing. Okay, we'll go ahead and test those out. I would imagine it's going to be just about the same since it's just candy coated. And again, it doesn't look like it's going to last very long color-wise. And kind of work that water into it too. Oh, yellow actually showed up more than I thought it would. That's kind of interesting. And blue. Yeah. Just looks like watercolor, doesn't it? Okay. Okay, and airbrushing now. And this is actually taking your airbrush and spraying the dots on here. You can make a stencil, which what I did, and that way it's easier to do. And so we'll go ahead and see how airbrush holds up, okay? And right off, I don't think it's going to last as well, but hey, it has some pretty good color to it though. I like that. And I suppose you could go over it more than one shot. The green's really good, isn't it? This is pretty nice. Imagine the red will be. Not bad at all, actually, I can tell. Yeah, really nice. And the blue. Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed with the airbrushing. Airbrushing's quite easy to do, so that's a good thing. The only thing is it's a lot of cleanup, I know. So, okay, so since we're doing airbrushing, these are the actual dots that you pipe out on your transfer sheets, and then you just attach them with the royal icing. Nothing new there. And I made the 4 sizes of these circles out, and I'll be having them on my site before awfully long for you. But we'll see how, I'm sure that this is going to actually do what the other airbrushing was, but we'll go ahead and play it out here, okay? Yeah. And this could last, the colors could last longer, it looks like, on both of these airbrushing ones, like to really do a good size cookie. Yeah. Yeah. I'm really impressed with the airbrush one. So far, that's my favorite one. Okay, this is one that I thought of myself as the food color markers. And I've no idea how that's going to turn out. I haven't tested these yet, the ones I'm unfamiliar with. I have a feeling they're not going to turn out so great, but that's the purpose of the video, is to see. Okay. The pink. Oh, actually a little bit better than I thought. Oh, that's kind of nice. Interesting. Okay. And this is a really easy method too. You just draw your circles. Maybe not as vibrant, but it's still, you know, that pastel, the watercolor look. So, okay. Well, I'm pretty impressed with this. We like ease when we're doing this. We're so busy as cookiers, so anything that is cheap and helps, looks good, then we like. That is really good. I'm really impressed with that. Also with the food color markers, I was going to mention that the ones I used are, I get these off of Amazon, and they're the absolute favorite ones. And they have 4, 6, 8, 10 colors. But they're the brush tip. They can be very fine, or they can be thick. Let me show you here. So you can go really fine or nice and thick. Of course, it's on a paper towel, but nice and thick. But they are just a dream to work with. So just a little info for you there. Okay, so next up is the painted royal icing dots. Again, the 2 pipe with the royal icing transfer sheets. And these, you literally just take the gel food color with vodka or lemon juice or something, and you mix that, and then you just literally are painting the dots. Of course, you do this, you paint the dots before this and let them dry, and then you put them on the cookie. All right, let's size this up. I have a feeling this one's going to be really nice because it's more concentrated. Oh, yeah, and it's going to be a lot of good coverage, too. You can tell that right off. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, really like that. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Some people ask, well, why couldn't you just take and paint on the cookie the gel color and, you know, like concentrate it? And the point is if it's on a cookie, the kids are going to eat it. And first off, it's going to get all over their mouths. Not saying this won't, but not as much. And also the cookie is just simply not going to taste good. So you're kind of wasting a cookie. So the color on these are just, like I said, you can tell they're going to last a long time. Even though they're just these white discs, they're painted. So, yeah, I'm not surprised about this, actually. Very, very bright colors. If that's what you're looking for, that's a good choice. Okay, next up is gel paint, and it's really the same concept as the dots that we just did, except for you're just literally taking the gel paint and putting it on the cookie. Okay, so really, I don't know if there'll be much of a difference in that or not. but we'll see here. Yeah, it's still very nice. And this has been drying for 2 days, and I don't see any fading on it, which is nice to know. Okay. Yeah. These are really nice, aren't they? Let's get another cookie to finish those colors off. Okay, so we have red. Actually, let's get some of that water off. There. These are just really nice. I'm really quite impressed with some of these. I guess that just proves just because you do one thing all the time doesn't make it the right way, huh? Okay. I kind of like this. It just seems less messy for the kids. Yeah, very good. And it's easy and really not much of any cleanup. Here's a way that I came up with that I haven't seen anyone else do, and that is taking these little paint pods, and you can get these off of Amazon. These are 3 milliliter, and I've seen them go down to even 2 milliliters, so that would even be better, I think, because you don't want a whole lot for the kids if you're doing it for that purpose. But they're relatively cheap, and I didn't do this because it's just gel paint, and it's just like that, and basically, you know, and this. So that's just another avenue that we can do. Next up, all I did was went into my Word program, Microsoft Word, and I made up some palettes, and I've never tried this. I don't know how it's going to work really. I just took it and ran it off on my edible copier machine. And this is on heavyweight paper. Probably be best if we could find a piece of paper that had plastic on the backside or some kind of film. But we'll see how this works. And when you're making these, by the way, if you make them anyway to sell with your cookies, make sure that you put your business logo on that name. It's branding, and I'm big on branding. So it just helps keep your name out there and make you look very professional, okay? All right, let's see how this does. I have a feeling it's not going to work too good, but we'll see. Yeah, well, yeah, it's probably not going to last very long either. It's pretty light. Looks like tea might need some more water than the other. I don't think this is going to work very good. But at least we're trying. Might help you answer questions or whatnot later. Okay, get some more water here. I'm not sure what pound of paper this is now. Actually, you know, that's not too bad, come to think of it. At least the lighter or the darker colors are looking promising. Running out of room here. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Actually, I think it will last longer than I thought. It's kind of interesting. It's purple. Yeah. Yeah, I'm impressed with that. And of course your black. Looks great. Well, that's not too bad though. That's pretty good. Okay, next to the last one is the edible image paper through the edible image copier. We'll see about this one. Again, if you're making these, put your branding on them. People like to see that. All right. I ran out of my little cookie bars, so we're going to have to use another cookie here. That's not too bad. Again, it's watercolor, so it's not going to be real dark necessarily. Kind of a forest green, teal looking. It's supposed to be leaf green. They seem kind of dull colors for some reason. Almost like terracotta so far. That's a nice one. Oh, that's really nice. Right off, the problem I see is it just doesn't look like it's going to last a whole long time. I don't have experience with the edible image on this either. Yeah, that's actually not bad. Yeah. Okay. And then the last up would be, and I've never bought them before, but the pre-made palettes like these. I really don't know what they're about, but I hear that some people really have good luck with them being, you know, quite vibrant. And I'm sorry I don't have any of those for you. But that's that, and we'll put all of them together here. I'll cut the video and then get it all ready and get it together for you to where you can see the side by side. And then you can judge for yourself what you think looks best. Okay, so we're going to summarize this a little bit here. So the M&Ms, that was, I'm not so impressed with that. I don't know. I guess there's just not a lot of color to it. And the Skittles. I like the Skittles better, though. The color on the M&Ms didn't seem to show up, but they didn't fade as much on here either, except for the brown. I guess the orange did a little bit, but so, you know, pros and cons to that. They're super simple to pop on the cookie. You don't have to let it dry necessarily. Probably these, the painting, the royal icing dots, certainly are a great vibrant color, but they're messy. You know, you and time consuming. You have to pipe the dots and then paint the dots after they're dry, let them dry, then put them on. So, you know, extra steps and clean up with that. Then we have the gel paint. I was pretty impressed with this, actually, that it's, you know, it's just so simple to take your gel and your vodka or Everclear, lemon juice, whatever, mix it with that, and then just paint on the cookie. That's pretty easy with a little cleanup. It's cheap. This is cheap too, of course. The heavyweight paper or cardstock, maybe, I was actually very impressed with. It does give a really, really nice, now this is from Word. Let me back up. This is from the Word document, okay? So it makes sense that these are two different colors, even though, you know, the blues look the same, for instance, in the purples. This is through the Cricut, and so the Cricut has its own colors apart from Word. So this, like I said, looks more of the terracotta look, more of the dull look, if you will, where this is just a real pretty pastel color for these. These are a little time consuming to set up in your programs, but once they're done, it's, you know, super easy setup. So, I mean, not set up, but super easy just to open it up and print it off when you're ready. So no cleanup to speak of on either of these, so that's great. Skittles will, I noticed, would bleed pretty good on your wet cookie after you flooded it. I don't believe there's going to be a lot of color to them. I'm not familiar with this, so correct me if I'm wrong on the M&Ms and Skittles both. But it did give some nice colors. I like it better than the M&Ms. The airbrushing, I was very impressed with that. So, you know, it's a matter of airbrushing always is a lot of cleanup to do, though I personally really like to airbrush. So that's maybe if you're short on time, you don't want to do the airbrush, but that is really good colors. Actually, this one kind of goes with that because I was impressed with this as well. Airbrushing the dots, that worked really well. And the food colors, I was very impressed with. If you like a nice pastel color, I thought those just worked out pretty good. Again, it was with the brush tip markers you want to use with that. Well, I shouldn't say that. I suppose any color, but they're easier to put on with brush tip for me. But what do you think? Do you have another option, and did I answer all your questions? If you have more questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them if I can. Let me know what you use. I'm kind of curious myself. And just so you know, I'll include a still image here at the end of the video for you so you can kind of look at them better and judge that way too. Alrighty, there you have it. I hope you gained a lot of good information from that and that has helped you. Be sure to subscribe and like this channel if you would here on YouTube. I appreciate that. That helps me to help you. So let me know. I am curious if you have any other methods for the color palettes for the paint your own cookies. Let me know below. And until next time, I hope you have a WeCookiers day and God bless. Thank you. Bye-bye.